So during this time of the season, I often find myself raking up areas throughout the yard. Areas that have kind of folded over or just have been kind of matted down by the snow or kind of grouped together a little bit. And just kind of loosen those up, break those things up a little bit, break those areas up, get the air flowing. Makes it a little easier later on and allows things to go back to normal a little bit quicker. I've used a lot of rakes for this in the past. I do have some favorites that I've kind of gotten used to over the years. I recently learned about one though that has kind of been a little bit of a game changer. So I wanted to show you that, talk about it, and just make you aware of it if you haven't already been made aware. So with that, let's get started. So believe it or not, we actually had 2 inches of snow yesterday. Woke up to 2 inches of snow on the ground yesterday morning. You wouldn't even be able to tell by now. It's all gone. There's not even a hint of snow anywhere. The skies though, behind me are a little gray. But if you check the mountains on the other side of the house, you'll see that it's really got some good snow up there. I think they got 2 to 3 feet yesterday. And with all the craziness going on, nobody can even go up there and enjoy it. All the resorts are closed, which sucks. But there's tons of fresh snow up there right now. Nice to see some blue skies though, which is great. And most importantly of all, that bush back there by the vent, that's a forsythia. And it's just barely starting to bloom. And you know what that means. It's go time. But we'll save that for another video. So these are the 2 rakes that I've been primarily using in my yard just to kind of encourage airflow in areas that have, like I said, have been matted down or anything like that. This is just a general leaf rake. It's got steel tines on it. Pretty loose tines, nothing very heavy duty or anything like that, just to lightly rake things up. This one here, same thing, steel tines, but they're a little more thicker, and they're also they have a bigger bend around the ends here. And I use this primarily for areas that are very, very small, and it does a really good job of targeting those smaller areas. And like I said, recently I've come across a new rake. Well, I don't know how new it is. I'm not really sure how long it's actually been on the market, but it's new for me. And I decided to just go ahead and get one and try it out. They are a little more expensive compared to these other rakes that I've shown you, but with the other rakes you're kind of limited on how light or aggressive you can be. And so far, with the time I've spent with this particular rake, I have found that you can be as versatile as you want, which is really cool. So let me show you. So here it is. This is the Groundskeeper II is what it's called. The Groundskeeper II rake. As you can see, it's got these stainless steel tines to it, and they're nice and curved, and they're also spring loaded, which is really cool. Another thing I like about this rake is it's super lightweight. It barely weighs anything. I think it weighs about a pound, maybe a pound and a half, which is cool. And it's also really durable. When you get it and you put it together out of the box, all you have to do is connect the handle to the actual rake itself, and there is just a rivet right here that you have to drive in, which is not too hard. They do recommend to use like WD-40 or some kind of lubricant like that. Do it. I started out not doing it, and just do it. It makes it way easier. So let me show you this rake in action, and you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about when I say that this is a really, really nice tool to have on hand, especially for this time of the year when you want to just kind of rake things up and clear things out a little bit. And there's of course lots of other purposes too. So that's really the nice thing about this rake, is you can kind of be as aggressive or soft with it as you want. It just takes a little while to kind of get a feel for it and get used to it. I think by default, the way you hold it, it really wants to dig in, but if you kind of just back off on it a little bit, it's actually nice for light raking. And then if you really want to go deep, you can pull out way more material than this. This was off of even a light rake. You can even substitute this for like one of those thatch rakes. Those things suck. So this would be a really nice alternative to those. So really nice multi-purpose rake here. Once you get piles like this too, makes for really easy just kind of like raking them up and picking up the material really easily to dispose of it. So yeah, really cool tool. I'm really excited to have one. There's a couple other videos that have been made about them, and the hype is real. So if I ever need to dethatch an area, I'm definitely not going to use that thatch rake. That thing will beat you up pretty good. So like I said, this is a cool alternative, something else new to try. If you want to get one, there will be a link in the description below, and you can pick yourself one up to have and try in your yard. So I hope that's helpful. I like to show cool products that I find. This was not sent for me. I did pay for this, and I think it's worth every penny. I'm excited to use it throughout the season, and yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.